Explorers, Kita Explorer here, and today I am here to talk about Delta Airlines updates. I'm sure you've all heard over the last week or last few days really about all the changes happening at Delta Airlines. So today I'm going to talk about Delta SkyMiles and Delta SkyClub Changes here in this video. I'm going to talk about, just give you a more straightforward thought process of what the changes are. And then I'm going to tell you my thoughts, so like the pros and cons of these changes and what I plan to do going forward. So let's get into today's video. And before we do, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. It is free for you to do so and helps me provide more and better content to you in the future. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Now let's get into this video about Delta Airlines updates. So first of all, let's talk about the changes. The first change comes to the SkyMiles program. And I have my notes down here to refer to. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So first of all, the ways to earn. Now, to actually get miles to use for redemption of flight purchases, that is not changing. You will still earn those miles the same way. But starting January 1st, 2024, the qualification for 2025 is changing. First of all, the qualification miles to get to certain medallion level statuses will no longer be there. The only way you can get to the different statuses going forward as of January 1st, 2024, so in just a few months, is by medallion dollars, so dollars spent. So these are the different ways you can earn that dollar spend category with Delta. First of all, of course, Delta flights and partner flights. When you fly with the Delta Airlines or partner airlines, you'll get $1 Delta dollar, qualifying dollar, per $1 spent. So 1 for 1. That's great. The next way you can earn is by booking hotels through Delta's site. We'll get into this a little bit later. But again, you get 1 for 1 on those purchases. So $1 spent on hotels on Delta's website equals 1 qualifying dollar. Next up, you can earn 1 for 1 on Delta car rentals. You can earn 1 for 1 on booking Delta vacation packages. And lastly, you can still earn with your Delta American Express SkyMiles credit card. With the reserve, 1 qualifying dollar with Delta equals $10 US on the credit card. Ridiculous. Yes, I know. And then with the Platinum SkyMiles credit card, 1 Delta qualifying dollar equals $20 US on your credit card. Ridiculous. Yes, I know. So those are the different ways you can earn your qualifying status to reach the different tier levels going forward starting January 1st, 2024. There will no longer be waivers for spending with American Express, Delta, SkyMiles credit cards. So that $25,000 you spend on your reserve or platinum to max out for silver, gold, and platinum statuses is no longer there. Now let's talk about the tier levels. So they still are going to have the same tiers. They're going to have the silver, gold, platinum, diamond, but it changes because, like I said, miles no longer qualify for status. In order to reach silver status, which is the lowest status with Delta Airlines, you have to earn 6,000 qualifying dollars. That's the minimum, and it goes up from there. In order to get gold, you have to have 12,000 qualifying dollars with Delta. Platinum is 18,000, and diamond is 35,000. Now, they do have a calculator on their website to kind of help you put in your situation to see what potential status that you will get after the changes are made. I did this based on my prior year and current year spend with Delta, and unfortunately I don't get any status at all. Now just keep in mind, you can still earn qualifying miles this year through December 31st, 2023. You can still earn qualifying miles to help you with your status for 2024. You still have to meet the qualifying miles and dollars for 2023 to get 2024 status. And then also at the beginning of 2024, they will take your medallion qualifying miles and do a one-time conversion. They will, I believe they're going to send out an email with options on how you would like to convert your qualifying miles, because those qualifying miles will no longer be there. Also, starting 2024, whenever you go into a new year, your qualifying dollars will reset to 0. There's no carryover, at least as of this current point. So those were the changes with the Delta SkyMiles program, getting rid of the medallion qualifying miles, strictly basing it on qualifying dollars, starting at $6,000 just to get silver status, no more carryover, resetting every year, and then a one-time conversion at the beginning of the year. The other change that Delta Airlines is making is to the Delta Sky Club. And something needed to be done about this because they started to get crowded, especially in Atlanta, Delta's hometown. It was crowded, especially in Concourse B. There was always a line. And it really happened over the last year or so. So let's talk about the changes, and the dates vary depending on the change for the Sky Club. First of all, people who own the Platinum American Express SkyMiles credit card will no longer have access to the lounge starting January 1st, 2024. In the past, Platinum SkyMiles credit card holders had to pay a fee to get in. Now that is not allowed anymore starting January 1st, in just a few months. The next change is for the Delta SkyMiles Reserve and the Business Reserve. The people who own this credit card will only get 10 visits a year, but there is a caveat. If you spend at least $75,000 on your credit card in 1 year, and the tracking for the spend starts January 1st, 2024, you will get unlimited visits to the lounge. Otherwise, if you cannot meet that spending threshold, you will only get 10 visits to the Sky Club in a year, and that resets every single year. If you are just an American Express Platinum credit card holder, not the Delta SkyMiles branded credit card, just a regular American Express Platinum credit card holder, you will be limited to 6 visits a year. And again, if you spend $75,000 in a year, you will get unlimited visits to the Sky Club, which resets. And this also goes into effect February 1st, 2025, but the spending tracking starts January 1st, 2024. Also, if you are an American Express credit card holder and you're traveling basic economy, regardless of what cards you have, you cannot access the Sky Clubs any longer. So that is a rundown on the changes for the Delta Sky Clubs. Something needed to be done, but I don't know if this is really the answer. Now let me tell you my thoughts on these changes. First of all, I don't know if this really would be a situation if it wasn't for the policies that Delta Airlines put into effect during the pandemic. During the pandemic, obviously people weren't flying, people were concerned about their statuses and all of that. So Delta implemented policies to help people roll over and to stop the changes, or stop the, the rollover policies and all of that for 1 or 2 years. That allowed people who never made status to actually make status. I would have thought they would have waited until that trickled off, which I'm pretty sure is about to trickle off at the beginning of 2024, because that's basically kind of how the policy was set up. But they didn't wait for that. They're just going to make these changes and run with it. And you put yourself in this situation, and then you're going to penalize your longtime customers for putting your own self in this situation. Next thing, I want to talk about the booking of hotels being part of their qualification dollars and the vacations and all that. It appears that Delta is trying to become your travel agent, your travel company. I'm not mad at them. Try to gain all the business, but honey, you're messing it up. First of all, with booking hotels, did you forget corporations can't book through third-party websites? I have worked for several corporations at this point, and all of them had internal corporate policies saying you could not book from third-party sites. You could not use something like Delta's vacation or travel pages for hotels, which is powered by Expedia. Yes, I saw the Expedia up in the upper left-hand corner. Therefore, business travelers are going to lose some of their status, even though they may travel once a month, because they can't get that spend on hotels or car rentals. That's silly to me. Absolutely silly. Other part of booking the hotels, that you can't put in your loyalty information, at least not right now. You cannot put in your loyalty information. I went to look for a hotel just here in Atlanta, pulled up this Kempton Hotel, which is an IHG Intercontinental Hotel. I couldn't put in my number. There's nowhere. All you can put in is your Delta SkyMiles number to earn miles with Delta. I am not playing games with you to lose my status at my hotels. Next up, I think the spending requirement is too high. If you want to get silver status, the lowest status with Delta, you have to spend $6,000 in flights. I love to travel. I travel a lot. I'm not trying to break my bank traveling and spending top dollars for flights all the time. Also, if you want to try to get that credit card spend to help you with that, there is no way I'm going to spend $120,000 in 1 year in order to get the gold status. You have to have $12,000 or 12,000 qualifying dollars. With me currently having the Delta Reserve credit card, if I'm relying on spend, especially like what if I have surgery or something, I can't travel. I have to rely on the spending on my credit card, which that card is $1 Delta dollar equals 10 US dollars. That's $120,000 in 1 year, and then it's gonna reset. That's not happening. But it does stop people from doing mileage runs. People will literally book a trip the same day just so they could get miles to meet their status for the next year. That's not good for the planet. You know, that's very wasteful. Also, I feel like the Delta American Express credit cards are now useless. I personally got the Reserve credit card to make sure I got into the SkyClub. I got it to help me with, you know, priority boarding and all of that. Obviously, to have the American Express credit card, it's supposed to help you gain the qualifying things to help you with Delta. Why do I have that credit card? I love American Express, but I don't love that product anymore. Lastly, Delta literally kicked loyal customers for decades to the curb. So what are my plans going forward with Delta Airlines based on this current news? I'm actually going to look at other travel credit cards to see what works best for me, because I'm not paying an annual fee on a credit card that's no longer serving the purpose that I got it for. So to be determined on what I do there, but my renewal is January 3rd, so that's perfect timing, right when all the policies change. So I do have some time to research different credit cards and see what I'm going to do. Once I figure out what my new credit card will be, I will give a video on that, because it ain't gonna be this one. Also, for traveling by plane, I won't be just dedicated to flying to Delta, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to say, oh my gosh, I gotta fly. Like, I will literally put in Google Flights where I want to go, the dates, and filter out to the Sky team to make sure I'm flying Delta or one of its partners, so I can make sure I'm earning and gaining status. Why should I be loyal to you if you're not gonna be loyal to me, boo? But the thing is, I do live in Atlanta. Atlanta is Delta's headquarters. 80% of the time, that's gonna be the best offer, is to fly Delta out of here. So I still need to have something in place to make sure I'm earning and getting miles with them. I will definitely still be earning miles and redeeming miles with Delta when I have to. I'm just not gonna chase the status. I'm not gonna chase the clout with Delta, because you see, they kicked us right to the curb. Also, I do plan to still meet my status requirements for 2024. Like I said, these changes are going into effect January 1st, 2024 to meet status for 2025. So whatever you do this year, you will have that status for all of next year. So I'm still planning to make sure I get my status and have that luxury for the next year. But when January 1st hits, I'm not gonna be chasing the status with Delta anymore. I'm just not doing that. Okay, explorers, I wanna know what you think about these changes with Delta. Keep in mind, I do not work for Delta Airlines. I cannot take your anger to Delta, so let's have a beneficial and productive conversation in the comments. I cannot go report to Ed Bastian about what you're saying, because I do not work for Delta. I am here as a customer, possibly just as upset as you. So keep that in mind. So let's have a productive conversation in the comments about these changes with Delta. And then let's not have a negative conversation about the changes, because what works for you may not work for others. You think this is a good change, it might not be a good change for others. So just be classy in your comments. If you enjoyed this video, or should I say, if you thought this was a good video about the Delta Airlines updates, please make sure you hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It is free for you to do so, and it helps me provide more and better content to you in the future. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks so they can understand the changes about Delta Airlines and what I think about the changes as well. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video and you thought it was so good and informative and great discussion, you can leave me a tip by hitting the thanks button down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.